Hey, everybody. Kristen. Today we're going to learn how to put on a continuous glucose monitor. If you're working with me, I probably told you that I ordered a prescription for one of these in the pharmacy, and I'm just going to walk you through it. So it comes in a yellow box. This is the 14-day Freestyle Libre. There you go. So you open the box, and in the box, you're going to have directions, what I call the applicator, what I call the pudding container, because it looks like a pudding container to me. It is not a pudding container. This is where the continuous glucose monitor is, but for namesake, and then 2 alcohol swabs. So the first thing you want to do is roll up an arm sleeve, and you want to clean off the back of your arm. You want to get kind of like, here's your deltoid, and you want to kind of get in this, there's kind of feels like a hole between the muscles, but somewhere back here, could be on your dominant hand or your non-dominant hand. But this is a place where it doesn't get in the way that badly. And then you open the alcohol swabs and you swab the back of your arm. And you can do both of them. Swab the back of your arm. In school, we were taught to spiral out, which is a nice idea to do. So then you're going to open the pudding container. And so you open the pudding container. It just has a kind of a foil lid. It's a little sticky. So, okay. It looks like this. Not pudding. And then you take the applicator and you untwist. This one's kind of sticky, or I don't know. Having a hard time tonight. I think it was just sticky. So see this line? This line, and it's a raised ridge, lines up with this line here. So we're going to put them together like that. And I'm going to put it on the table. And I'm going to push it in. And that's the sound that it makes. And then I'm going to pull it out. And now the monitor is in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on that soft spot back there, and this is going to get applied, and it's going to slap on like that. And everybody's like, oh, it's going to hurt. It doesn't really hurt. It's just a loud noise, and it doesn't really hurt. So I'll show you. So you put it here, and you're just going to push it in. It's going to take a little effort to push it in. It's going to make a loud noise, and that's it. And then you pull it off, and there's the fob, and the fob's right there. So that's how that goes on. And then, not well planned, but I didn't put my phone right here, but let me go get it. And that was Vinny, my dog, because I was moving fast. Anyway, so then you want to, so if you take a picture of this SR code that's on the box, not this one, but the one that's on the box, it'll bring up an app that looks like this yellow one with the disc right there. Now I've already put this on, so I don't have to do that. And then you open it up, and it's for it gives you this. And so it talks you through how to apply the sensor. And then it says, and if it's your first time, you're going to have to put in your name, your birth date, your email address. And if you give me the same information, I can put it on another thing. There's a little, sometimes we have to sync them. You have to sign up to another email called Libre Link, but then I can see your data. But to get your own data on your phone, you want to hit the button right there. It says scan, this blue one, scan sensor. And it looks like this. And then I'm just going to hold it up to the center. Did you hear that little beep beep? That means that it is, it takes an hour. And it's not an hour after you put this on, it's an hour after the phone knows that you put it on. So as soon as you put the fob on, you gotta get your phone connected to it, or you gotta wait another hour. And so you'll wait another hour. And then whenever you want the data, you just like click on it and you get your data, and it's going to show you a chart, and I'll give you some information on that at the next video. Most people, what they do is the first couple of days, they're trying to be really good with their diet and maybe write everything down. And you don't have to write everything down for me. That's you, if you want to. Most people I find are accurate enough about their diet, but if you want to write it down, you can. They're really good about it, which is good. And, you know, it's good to see what you do at your best. And then it's kind of fun to see what happens when you have a root beer float and you have your favorite candy, to see where it goes up and down. Oh, I forgot to say, they're going to ask you, what is the range you want to put your blood glucose in? And I generally have people put it in between 70 and 120, because that's kind of the ideal. Some people will raise it to 140 at the top, but 70 is definitely, you don't want to go lower than that. And so you want to just see if you stay within that range. When I email you, I'll email you a link to an article that I think is pretty reasonable about like what is normal. Probably if you're using a glucometer, I gave it to you because we're looking for physical causes for anxiety and depression, which it may be caused by your glucose getting too low. We might be also concerned about diabetes or pre-diabetes. And we might be looking for other conditions like reactive hypoglycemia, to name a few, but those are some of the common things that we're looking for. This will last for 2 weeks. Now it is solidly on there. So like, you know, I can whack it and it doesn't hurt. See, like it's pretty good. I can shower with it, no problem. When I first put this on, I was taking a jog bra off and it caught the lip of it. And I was like, oh crap. I just yanked it off. No, it stayed on just fine. And I bruised my arm pretty good. So it stays on pretty good. Sleeping on it, you might get some really weird data if you sleep directly on your arm. So just think about that when you put it on. And then at the end of the 2 weeks, usually the adhesive is about to wear off and you just kind of peel it off. It's a battery, so you want to put it, I just put mine in a mason jar, and I'll take it to the dump when I take things to, as a battery is how you dispose of it. If it doesn't want to come off, if the adhesive is pretty good, you just want to take some olive oil or some coconut oil and rub it around it, give it 20 minutes and it'll peel right off. My one thing is, I've gotten a few people who have said that it fell off early. And when I ask if they put a lot of hand cream on their skin, and they said, or lotion on their skin, don't put a lot of lotion on it because it'll break down the adhesive. And the other thing that I've heard from my clients is soaking it in a hot bath doesn't really make it happy. Hot showers, totally fine. Hot baths, like soaking it, but if you keep your arm out, no problem. Every once in a while, there's a manufacturer error. Most people take that up with the pharmacist. And sometimes they get replaced, sometimes not. But you can always call me 206-579-2757 or my email kallett@dynamicpaths.com. I think that's all the information to get started. And if you're nervous about it, you can always call me and I'll walk you through at the lunch hour. Because people get nervous about it, but really there's nothing to get nervous about it. I guess my one other tip is if you're pretty sensitive to physical sensations, every once in a while, somebody's body is like, what is that? What is that? And doesn't ignore it. And so when you first put it on, if you rub it and not hard, but like touch around it so your body knows that it's there, that's sometimes helpful. Because sometimes we're like, oh, we try and ignore it and that doesn't help. So like pressing on it and moving it around, touching the skin so your body's like, oh, I know what that is. It's kind of like wearing a watch. Like once your body knows what it is, it ignores it better. So those are my tips for putting on a glucometer. I will do another one about collecting data later this week. Okay, bye. Or you won't know it's later this week, but there'll be another video. Okay, bye.